Good morning, my dear friends. It's time for poker again. The bankroll is still at $200. This is the part that rests with the Pokerstars client, and I do have another 200 on. I had another 200 on iPoker, but I withdraw these and I'm ready to deposit them here and eventually start playing NL16 or NL25. So I think it will be beatable, but my first problem will be to stay afloat playing NL10 Zoom. You probably can't see it very well, but there is 15% of players seeing the flop right now. The pool is 330 people. That's okay. Usually in the early morning there are not so many people, and we see around 15% of players also in. That's okay, but I will occasionally today search for regular tables that have a higher player per flop percentage, so I'll be able to just find some easier games and the Zoom games where I can table select. This will be a process, and while I'm doing it, I will open up Zoom table. NL10. Wow, what happened? Did the pool really just change to 12% VPIP? It's crazy. Could potentially steal because both players fold a lot. They're active though, and I only have 8 hands, so I won't overdo it. We have a half stack here. But there's only folds. Due to the very bad results in April, where I finished the month with losses, I really started digging into my hand histories and doing a lot of reviews. I didn't edit a lot of video right now. I don't have an ongoing project other than the live stream. Most of my energy right now flows into the analytics, the analysis of my database. I'm searching for potential and effective problems that I'm trying to get rid of. Here, an interesting hand with the nines. I would like to overcall those, but I don't do it because I have so many aggressive regs against me, and I will just fold here, which might seem weak, but I don't like to 3-bet an under the gun raiser with a pair of nines. I will most often isolate myself against better hands if I 3-bet, and I don't like calling for the reasons explained. Here ace 9. I could open in the cutoff, just had to double check. the jacks, we will get possibility to 3-bet and take it down. Ooh, almost missed the hand because I tried to find a better table. Wow, do we really get it on here? Red nickname. I will shove on you because I don't like playing out of position at hand. I could have 4-bet to, let's say, 21 or something, but then he can still outplay me very easily. Queen 7 is most certainly a fold, even if it's suited. Here still. And the aces. Very well possible he plays, but he doesn't. King 3 suited is from the button, it's playable. From the cutoff, I let it be. I will not play that hand against an undergun raise. King 10 suited. Yeah, I see the tables are too tiny, you need to make them bigger. I would like to call the hand, but I don't like overcalling, so we try the strong move and 3-bet it. Baby ace suited, very nice. Plays well. I have the position advantage. And I do just realize that I have something off in my heart. My own heart should pop up now. Here we go. Look at him. Regular table on the right side. I can finally start color coding people. And I like that 2 players are potential fishes with the stack size we see. I do have an awful high 3-bet percentage here, and that will adjust and come down eventually. No way we can go on playing 23% 3-bet. This guy folded all 4 hands up to now. And here, if I come to bet, I want to make it higher. The ace and the suitedness might scare him off, but now the board gets really, really ugly, and I will change to a check fold mode. When he checks back, I'm not sure if this is an ace or a 7 or something like that. Pocket pair of 8s, probably. 7 is unlikely when the second one hits. And with that tiny bet here, I guess he has some kind of spade. Or if I were him, I wouldn't open the betting again with a top pair of aces on this carry board, but my line is weak, so understandable, even if he does. Now ace, queen, standard open. So what do we have for May? 1/3 of the month has passed. I have 1,800 hands played. This guy is a water stack, which is interesting. He gets called by an unknown, and I get very good odds. So I do elect to call, which is probably one of my leaks. I checked my poker graph, my poker tracker 4 stats, and calling 2 bets really is some kind of leak. You generally lose money when calling 2 bets or simple raises, and that's no exception with me. Let's see what happens here. If he folds, and this play is very, very strange. Also calling 3 bets is a severe leak of mine. Still, even though I know that it's usually bad, but I have quite high 2-bet and then call a 3-bet values. With that values comes another leak on the flop, which is not continuation betting enough, and I have to work on that too. And until then, I will have to manage with my pocket aces, finding some action. I like to be 3-bet here, and I will make it 23. So if he has some kind of hand here, he shall come along. I'm not afraid of any starting hand. And this guy here, yeah, if you raise, you have a monster yourself. So let's hope we hold. No, oh, he's got quads. That's some kind of statement. Really ugly, that one. I can play in position against loose callers here. I'm hitting a pair, there's only a pair of deuces, but still not bad. Again, we are getting 3-bet, and here I do like to call that 3-bet because I think we are just talking about that. Yeah. I will check and let him play a standard continuation bet and do something which will be stack committing for him if he plays on. But I'm going with my ace. I think I'm ahead of a lot of hands that 3-bet me. And if you have ace king, nice hand. Ace. Ooh. At least we win this one. Yeah, the pocket king hand was ugly, I'd say. But it happens. What did I just miss? Okay, not very. Jack 9 off. Wow, I think it's pretty hard. He doesn't want to open that. I'm referring to a starting hand chart made by Sky Matsuhashi. He's a content creator, coach, poker coach. I respect a lot. I found him browsing through poker podcasts more than 1-2 years ago, I guess. And he releases regular podcasts, 15-minute podcasts, something like that. And those are very nice. And they do address a lot of topics I'm stumbling upon. I think I found his content a lot just by organic search results when I'm doing my research. And he has a poker training site called the Poker Forge. And here I fear I do have to call the click it back. 3-bet. Not really liking the flop. Such a tiny continuation bet, but I still don't want to continue. I do have to hit the 7 to turn around the hand. And yes, on that Poker Forge website from Sky Matsuhashi, there's starting hand chart, which is the Kiss 6 max cash game ranges. And I try to orient myself today a little bit on those because, as you may know, I chose my spots pretty intuitively, depending on stats from the villains ahead of me. And things like if there are high 3-bet values around. If so, I choose to open a tighter range, and if people are behind me that do 3-bet a lot, I choose smaller sizes. Here we have it again, 3-bets from a guy that I only have 10 hands on. I will not get fancy here because King Jack is not a good hand. It's often dominated by better kings, better jacks, and I also don't like bluff 3-betting from the position I was on. Main raise and 3-bet here. Generally, I can say that Zoom poker tables are really quite aggressive. It happens a lot, and it's important to not tilt on instances like that and choose the spots wisely to fight back. On the right table, which is a regular table, I like the stats. We have BPIP 30 and preflop raise only 13. You can see the difference to the Zoom table, which is 13-10 and 3-bet percentage of 6. Look at this table in comparison, it's just yeah, the difference is mind-blowing, and you just won't find that many bad players limping and limp calling 3-bets with bad hands, playing a lot of hands out of position, calling in the blinds like this one did. You just see that not very often. It's ugly to get check raised here. I know that the board hit the caller's range more than it hits the raiser's range, and here really I do have to fold. This could have been an open, but I missed it due to the action on the other table. There's an empty seat on the regular table. Is the one that left someone that I want to play with? We will see. I'm in the cut. No, I'm in middle position. I probably only call with 10s plus here. It feels nitty playing these kiss ranges, which also include 3-bet calling statistics values. I think I can. Did I? Not sure. Jacks in an ideal steal position. I wish some action from him. 3-betting 50% up to now in those only 5 hands, but probably has the tendencies. And that board is again a board that favors the caller, but I do have the overpair, so I do want to c-bet, and I will most likely second barrel if called. Would probably also second barrel on a queen or a king. I just told that the KISS 6 max cash game ranges from Sky Matsuhashi seem tight to me, but actually that is a good thing, because I told you calling too many 3-bets after initial raising is a leak of mine, and this will help definitely, keeping it rather tight. My image is awfully tight on the table to the right, and I don't have any 3-bets in the first 34 hands. Although he is only on his third hand, he's probably not the right one to the right target here. Now we have the gut shot, but the hand is just too bad to keep on barreling. I'd say I'm ready to give up here. Now he checks back. Do I make another stab at the pot? No, I just don't. He had the 9s in cutoff. Probably okay to call if I refer to the range here. Still, I think my 3-bet was rather high, and he was not. We were not deep there, so for 100 PB, play I just don't like, really, I have to say. This is a king high board. He see bet flop. Any information on his behavior? When calling and facing a c-bet, but like what I see, this is open raise with the queens. I get action from the small stack here in the big blind. Nope. Table is not so juicy anymore. On the right side, the values get closer to a table that is just with standard players. And now one just left. That I had tagged green, so I will really now 25, 19, 8. I will sit out this table and I will look for a better one. Still hoping to find a table that is full instead. This be one. 1913. What am I looking at when scanning through the lobby? I am looking for tables with a high players per flop value, preferably 20 or greater. And then I'm looking to find someone that is to my immediate right with not a full stack. That is indicative of fish. Ace King, and there's an undergun raise. I will for sure 3-bet here. Been calling his way to passive. It's probably where his range is the tightest, and instead dislike this flop. And am I prepared to go? I have to bet here, just mandatory. Representing the overpairs here. When he fights back, he might have connected with the flop with a pair of tens that got to trips. But still, it's another awful spot here. Doing away chips. But I just think I can't play check fold here on this flop. And I would also play my big hands the same way. It's astonishing, I think. I get so many check raise. And feels like I'm getting check raised every second time I have a bigger hand. I will open ace jack. I'm using the first two positions to open with 3 BBs. And I'm decreasing it half a big blind. In MP cutoff. Oh, what am I telling? I'm increasing it in hijack and cutoff and button. Seem to be confused today. Yeah, what can I say? I'll update the graph, which will have an ugly looking valley here. Not really what I want to see in terms of table values here. But I will change it. I have another table waiting, which seems is a little bit more convenient. And I will blind out on this table because I don't want to play with the regulars, I want to play with the fish. Seems to have been a disconnect here. We're back on track. This is one thing I don't understand in the Kiss starting answer range. He says early position 12% open raise. He makes it every pocket pair. He makes it 6-7 suited, 7-8 suited, 8-9 and 10-9 suited, as well as Jack-10 suited, Queen Jack. Okay. But then again, Ace-2, Ace-3, Ace-4, Ace-5 all suited. Those are opening hands as well. And that's really something I don't like, because I think I will be 3-bet quite a lot with these hands, and then I will have to fold. I might open here. Jack 10 off. Look at him, 21-7. That's potentially a weak player, rather passive. Kings, 3-bet me please. Do I just click it back here? I think I make it a little bigger. And kings on the other table too. What? Was it a fold? I missed it. Yeah. You won't call, I know it. $19.6. 3-bet and then fold. Okay. Look at that. He calls on the button and he will do that quite a lot. And I'm having position on him here, which I do like at this point. The gap will get wider, 24-12 with the next hand, because he did call a 2-bet here. I'm not c-betting a good second pair here against 2. Especially out of position. We'll just have to find better spots. We're making our way back. Just updated the graph, which is a mess now that I know, now that I look at it. But I can't complain about my hands. Please open. Was at the crash already. Flash. Probably won't call. Too bad. Look, the gap goes up 33-20. The player to my right, which I like. Here. I just stopped playing hands like this from the blinds. If I really want to play connectors, they should be suited in that situation. Now here, he plays active, he's got two hands only, but he gets involved. And I want to make it big because the board is dangerous, and with ace-10, what was it, 7, two hearts. That's probably nitty, you can say. A half a big blind here can be a plus EV investment, even with 10-8 off, but I don't want to overdo it. $29.15, good table values. Look at how low the 3-bet percentage is. I can easily be the table captain here if I want to. We have also here someone playing 53% of hands. Can't let go of a pocket pair of sixes. I also need to mark him 2. Very high PFR values, both players here. Are active. That's what I wanted to say. I will open king queen off here if I get first in. How high are the 3-bet values? Pretty high. Oh, was too slow. I can remember the times before my multi-year poker break. I had Table Ninja. I don't know if it was Table Ninja 1 or 2 active, and it was just so much easier having the standardized bet size. I could use hotkeys with. Also, table positioning was so much easier. Thinking about buying it back, but I think it's a monthly or yearly subscription now, which I actually don't like. I would rather buy the product in full and have it a lifelong license. To my understanding, that's how software products work these days. He's unknown to me yet. This could be a 3-bet hand, but I would need a little bit of sample, and I would need to, I would like to see something like this. Fold to 3-bet. I want to see that he is able to fold, actually, before doing it. This guy is very active. I'd rather not open this time. He's also very deep and active and seems to be winning a lot. 5-6 suited. These guys know how to fold. But he also knows how to 3-bet. Even now, especially now, he should actually be very active in 3-betting. If both players check to me, I will try c-bet bluffing here. With the power of position. probably should be willing to fire another bet, another shell on the turn. Necessary, but I take it down with what is almost certainly the worst hand. The guy here still plays 31-16. My hand just hurt. Ace King. Oh, look at this 3-bet value here. And we have the limper. I try isolate the limper. Oh my god, I'm fucking slow. Ah, that was bad. But let me explain what made me doubt for a second. The stats of this player had like 20 hands on were pretty reasonable, and that limp was suspicious. And I was thinking about if I should raise it up high, if it's what he wants with a monster hand, and how the very active big blind that has 100% 3-bet on 6 hands or something like that, how he could react to that. Now here, this hand is okay. Top pair, top kicker potential. I could also have 3-bet, but I don't really need to. Let's see what this guy does. He's very active. Will he just fire a continuation bet here? Wow, he gets called. Can my ace still be good here? Oh, we're 4-way. That is sick. If he keeps on firing, I might get information on the strength of this guy's hand. But when he too calls, what can I do? I mean, it's 20 big blinds in a 70 big blinds pot, so top pair, good kicker is certainly not good enough to call it in. What does this guy do? I have the relative position here. I actually shouldn't call with less than 2 pair, or top pair, top kicker might even be bad enough. I hope he calls, and I will fold here. Because there's just too many holdings that he can have. That, yeah, it would be interesting to do a hand reading example on that hand in a few days' time, and hiding my own hand and think about what it could be, my own range and his range. I mean, the hand was so strong, he wasn't even afraid of a straight or a flush at the end when he puts it in. So either he has it himself, or he just had trips or something. Makes sense. We get a bonus life with the queens. We're a bit deep here when we play against the big blind. We don't get any action. I like the stats here, I have to say. Pretty solid stats. Only thing I would like to change is the fold to steal. That is a bit high. Sorry. With 95% fold to steal, it's an auto profit spot to steal the blinds against me. But I do have 3-bet defense value from the blinds here. I do 3-bet in the big blind 10%. So if you do it, you will have to face a 3-bet and giving up your any 2-hand some portion of the time. The table to my right, still okay, I like it. Even though this guy that has maniac stats could be on my right. So if anything, I will try to find this place here, this seat. So he's on my right, not on my left. Then Jack suited might be a little loose here, especially with the high 3-better here in the small blind. But on the other hand, my range might seem a bit more credible here. Referring back to the starting hand chart, starting hands chart, it even is an under the gun open. I just think you will have to play a lot out of position with these kind of open raises. Limper. Interesting. 19.8, yeah, probably. Mark him green. Yep. Look at his fold to steal. Look at my hands with my hand which has a blocker. Oh, cold call here from the big blind. That's just awful. And I can't really be happy here. Probably another spot where I get check raised or something. Not willing to play all in with that hand. I think this is just a monster that has me beat and plays very low. Remember, he's cold calling the 4-bet. I could have let it be to Conti bet, because yeah, that was a mistake, because I did think about this cold call 4-bet range. I could have spared the Conti bet. But here, I will elect to call and hope to play the hand in position, even possibly with both players. And it's just good enough, small enough bet to keep me in. I get 3-bet here with King 9. Don't need to Conti bet that. I elect to bet here because the ace might scare somebody, but never bluff a fish. Should have known. If he checks, I will check back and probably lose to a king. No, it was the flush draw. That's funny. This guy just plays anything. If it's suited and it's 2 cards, he will play it. 56-31. It's that smallish bet here. Table value is still okay. Probably start marking me out. This guy too almost has the same stats. We will play the hand in position if called, but no one is into the action. Just have to check out the chat. Yeah. You need patience in this game. I did lose a hand with 2 aces against 2 kings. And the kings made the quads. Now here, if he 3-bets me here, I will bluff 4-bet. We are deep enough to do that, and he's so active that we just have to do it for once. And I'm really not thrilled with that flop. It hits everything. This time I just check it because it could be a trap for me. But what shall I say? I have to give up here. I will call. No, I won't. Just bad. Cold calling a 3-bet. Just bad. Out of position. Even though it's a suited ace. I won't do it. I was thinking about, yeah, if the initial raiser then also comes along, it would make a nice speculative hand to get a flush draw or a straight draw. But the hand will just be dominated more often than not. We raise over limpers here. He's already marked green. He will call me with worse hands. If he gets a piece on that flop. Seems he didn't connect, which is nice too. If he's very flop honest, I will always know where I'm at. Just don't like playing out of position here. And that goes for the other table too. But we can still open raise in position to get more hands in position, which is just a way to make money. Here I have the chance to play him in position. Fold the flop c-bet, he doesn't like to fold, and I will not bluff. I do have king high here. He might easily have hit, but I have to call that. See? Power of position. He also likes to min bet. Look at the hands he plays from the blinds against the 2-bet. An initial raise. King 6 off is what he calls. 9-3 suited is what he calls. I want to play more hands with this guy. And eventually, money will flow in my direction. The active player 3-bets. Would have been expected. Just call the 3-bet. Do me a favor, give me the odds. It's okay. Let's do some funny things. Open that chest. Yay! Still don't know how this system works. If anyone can explain, please do. Look at him 3-betting here. Please let me have the position play. No, why do you have to do that? But this time, I will be the 3-better. And as he's open raising pretty wide, and do this in position. Yeah, he only folds 50%, so thinking. Look at that, percentage goes up. Why doesn't it change the color? Because I would like to see the color. I thought I have adapted it today. Seemed to work. We are talking about fold to 3-bet. Range is defined there. Yes, we do. But why don't they? 50 is just... It's awfully strange. Should actually adapt color code here. But it doesn't. Might be up against the poker pair here. He might be thinking about squeezing. I don't know. If I call, I might give him the odds to call. That guy is just so crazy. For once, I could hit with a hand like this for once. He has only a pot size bet left. No hitting skills here. Okay, how can I adjust the stats so they show up? Now I like that board. If he doesn't have ace king, which probably should have 3-bet, I might as well bet and continue betting the turn. And now probably have to bet, bluff bet the river. Because what else? Yeah, running a little bit under EV this month. No problem, I had a lot of hands I was running over EV. Look at this. This is from the start of the year. Still hovering around that 0 line. Now here, out of it's jack suited. I will call. Now this one is nice. If you don't have kings or queens or aces, I will be ahead here. Ooh, the table values just changed dramatically here. I will have to sit out the next big blind. I get another chance with the king 10 here. Let's use it. What do you see? Oh, strange thing just happened. The values changed pretty hard and got back to 41% VPIP, which would be nice. I will go on betting. What does he call here? Any poker pair could call on this 5 king 6 board. And now when he raises that little, he's a 16-13 player. He might just do it with another king, or he has a poker pair that made the set. Now I have a 40 big blind pot. Set will bet out big, pretty sure. He will not risk me. My king still good. Does he call a worse king here in the blind? this half pot bet. This is a difficult situation because this guy is just... That check raise on the turn probably means top pair is beat. But I don't have top pair, I have trips with a good kicker. And he might have a full house with the 5s or the 6s, but I do think that bet is small. It screams for a call. I really lay it down. No. Ooh, ugly. He also had the king, but with the higher kicker. Yeah, but interesting to see that he check raised here. That's okay. I would probably do the same with trip kings. But interesting, he didn't 3-bet king queen, knowing that my range of kings that steal on the button is bigger. It can pay out good. It doesn't always, but in that instance, classic example. Now here, how does he react to 3-bet? He folds not a lot, yeah, and he calls one more time. He might have a league too with calling 3-bets. We will see. I could potentially squeeze here, but this guy's so unknown and undergun, and I don't have any good blockers. Oh, and he was mid-stacked. Look at him. I will label him of 2 reasons. He only limped, and he does it again here. And he has a 20 or something big blind stack, so easy color code there. Yeah, I will take a break shortly and then decide if I come back or not. Doesn't really matter because you might be there or you might not. We will see. Sit out next big blind and then I will go. Ah, we get the queens and we get the possibility to 3-bet them, which I will do against middle position. Open raise. Really not liking this flop. Could think about check calling it. Too weak to just give up. Check fold. No. I think there are better spots. If in position, I would have checked behind. Probably. Because wide turning pocket queens into a bluff on a board that is ace high and will most likely only bet will most likely only be called by hands that beat pocket queens. Not the best hitting skills to this player up to now. So Welcome back. We go. Yeah, that is ugly. 12% are playing. 12% of players see the flop. That's just ugly. And here I'm searching for regular tables that have higher percentages there. Look at that. He's not stacked. Oh. It looks pretty shitty to me. Yep, I will check raise here. Hope he has some kind of hand. He elects to bet rather big. Always there. I hope this was okay. Where is the table? I'm preparing it in the background. But I have one with a not full stacked player and another half stack on there. I can already mark player green there. On the other hand, that table here does have full not even a half stack, a third stack. Let's give it another shot. If he only min raises, then he won't be that kind of fish that I want to play against. Really, I have to say, evening times, I would have expected the Zoom pool to be more active, more flop friendly. But this quarter stack, third stack, actually doesn't behave the way I like. Look here, he starts over limping now, or limping now. He gets isolated, but a very tiny size to play it out of position. I was inclined to open raise to get him, to get in the action with him. But Jack 10 off is just too bad from that early position, or middle position. I grabbed some coffee. I hope you did too. I will probably just have to grab Table Ninja as soon as possible, just to organize these tables better. I was also thinking about buying a stream deck so I can arrange tables faster. Yep. We have room for the other table. limp and then ISO raise, call. I will not get involved with my hand. They get to the flop three-way. Wow. I just have to join that table. I don't. This guy just plays so many flops, he calls raises. Calls two bets a lot. Has a rather high gap between VPIP and PFR. I will ISO here. This player. One left. That was interesting for the table dynamic on the right table. And this guy just raises so many hands. It's almost believable. 44, 44. Good board to Conti bet, I guess. Poker pair of fours. I will try to hit the set here and call my pocket pairs for not a very good flop for the initial raiser's range, but he is rather passive. He doesn't fold to flop c-bets, so I don't try anything here. When he checks again, I will have an auto bet. But that kind of player, passive one, probably likes to call and see the last card if he just has any kind of that board. I think he wouldn't have fought so long if he has a jack. When he hits the 5, I'm beaten. I'll try a small bet here to scare him off and win the hand without a showdown, which worked out quite nice. I will also start color coding him. Perfect squeezing opportunity here. But the hand is just too bad to do it. Zoom pool has changed again. 16% of players see the flop now. Oh, that's an error. I usually do a 3-bet, a 3 big blind open raise. And when he ISOs, okay, you can have it. Against 2, I don't get fancy with second pair. This time this guy gets 3-bet, I make it a little bigger to disincentivize calling from the big blind. We already have 2000 hands for this month. This month. Yeah. On the third table in the background, I'm getting 3-bet with the 8s. And with the overcaller, I just need to call because I get the odds. Dangerous flop. Now any random jack has a speed. Oh, ugly. I bet small here. And take it down. He just limps here. I like to raise it up a little. So I have initiative. Still having the gut shot. We will see how he reacts. And the c-bet takes it down. Yeah, let's label him because of stack size first reason. And because of his 30-0 stats in 7 hands, 2. It's actually enough for me. Both players here fold, steal 100%, so we try. His 3-bet is 50%, though he might play back, and then 8-6 suited will not be good enough. Continue. Battle of the fish on the left table. Of course, we see calls in spots where they get committed. He was the raiser here, and he continues betting. Wouldn't surprise me to see another call from this player, but he realizes that is for his stack. Do we see the 3-bet here once again? Sometime he will have to do it. calling 3 bets is a leak of mine, and I won't do it this time. Fives can only stand if they hit the set, and the conditions are not right if I have to call the 3 bet to flop. But okay, we do have the strongest hands in our range there too. So if he does it all too much with speculative hands, he will suffer and run into 4 bets or big pots that develop post flop. Actually, only a question of time. Keep on stealing the blinds here versus these 2 players. They let me do it, so I will continue to do it. I get to see a free flop. Thank you. I have the exact same conditions on the left table. Both players like to fold a lot versus steals. This guy has leveled out his crazy stats from the beginning to more reasonable stats, even though 28-28 is, of course, very aggressive. This is probably spooey, but has to be done because his open raise is so wide and his calling range is so broad. Of course, I do get the call from the calling station, and I should be alert here. He calls quickly. I will use a check here, and if he just drawed to the flush, he made it, and my kicker is so bad. Top pair, no kicker is bad on this board. I will have to let the hand go. Find a better spot. The initial read was good, that his open raising range is so broad he can't stand the re-raise, but got to credit the fish when they bet. Not a good table here, I have to say. The values here are okay. The ones on the right table, not so much. I I can bet here really small to see where I'm at. And yeah, the check raise. How much does he do it? Looks like he's rather outplaying me than I'm outplaying him. I can live with that. I could potentially open up a new empty table and see who joins. The music would be nice. We'll go on for another half an hour. Have to adjust table size. That's one thing that's really annoying. They talk. Oh no, not what I was searching for. Found another table with a 2/3 stack to my right. Let's see how that goes. The worst hand possible in the big blind. So we'll not defend with that. I will sit out on the table to the right because there's just not enough merits here. I will show you the next hand. Okay, let's see what he does here. We'll try to get value here with my nut hand. And as hoped, he just donated 20 big blinds. But to be fair, he had a 2-pair and the call is probably okay. He does beat some part of my range. Interesting, if I had put it all in, would I have yielded a call? Probably from this player. Don't 3-bet me, call me, hit the set, give me a payout. That's the plan for the hand to the left, on the left. Table, button, all 3-bets with 6s. So, if you see bet, I'm gonna raise you directly. Wanna pot commit here and have a nice all-in on the turn if he elects to continue. This guy is so gross, he calls anything. Now we get multi-way. I will, because this guy's in the hand, I will just see the flop, check out what happens. His range is very broad. Now if he checks again, I will start betting. See where I'm at. I want him out of the hand. Probably have to steal. He folds a lot and he is active, but the hand is good enough with the ace to risk it. He might overcall here as well, but doesn't. Yeah, these guys want to be table captains and are quite active. Don't faint on me here. I want you to raise me. Yeah, he's got so much equity, I would probably lose the hand again. Nope, we make it. Gut shot. Right table. But four-way out of position, not a good situation to be in. Let's just hope nobody hit the board and we get the free card. Now we get the open-ender, and I will just have to call here against him because he will pay me off big time if we manage to hit. And when he checks, I just check back. No need to bluff here because he'll call anyway. Ace king here. Let's hope someone elects to play. No, it's not the case. Ooh. Do we see a showdown here? So he can get active throughout the hand. And this guy tanks. Wow. He just lost the stack with a pretty bad way. And now he's probably tilting. And trying to bluff here, so if he has the king, I pay him off. But yes, I was reading him right, he was just on tilt. And now I will just raise him. He's on tilt, I wanna... Why don't you let me hit? Just for once. I will have to do that because he's on tilt. I just hope he didn't hit. No, no, just don't let me lose against that. No. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah, he's tilting now. He's on fire. I will just have to hit hands now with him and he will pay me off. 6-4 suited under the gun raise and then calling the 4-bet, that was quite high. He's just on tilt. He's gonna spew his chips now very fast. Just don't make him leave. Fold. Another hand to play with. Is he pulling himself together? Because this was the second fold in a row. Three bets from this guy. No, misclick. Couldn't imagine a worse hand. Check again, and I try to bluff with my queen high. Yeah, he's making the same errors over and over again, playing pots out of position, and this guy knows how to exploit. But yeah, he's pulled himself together. He found the fold button again. Let's make him angry again. Okay. Things to make it playable. I have to say that this table here gets worse and worse from the values. So we get rid of it. Flash of the regulars here. Wow, what did we see? Sevens, pocket sevens. Unfortunately, I just don't get into position to isolate or play against this guy. The hands are just too bad lately. Starting with some weird opening raises. I would really like to see possibility to play back at him. Six high. Now, please, please, please. He opens, I 3-bet, and he cold calls. That would make it even sweeter. Of course, he opens. He will call. Still no hitting skills. Don't bluff against him. Now I have to. God, this is so sick. I have to give up here because I cannot be sure I'm having the best hand, and my odds to draw are just too bad. Just donated another 15 big blinds to this guy. I hope to play against him. That is weird. Let's hit the set for once. Don't get fancy in a 5-way pot. Pocket fives. We'll have the position here. Could possibly 3-bet, but he doesn't. I know that there are times when I hit really good with my 3-bets. And when that time comes, I will start making a lot of money. But I cannot overplay like I did against him. That's okay, would have folded anyway. The 3-bet percentage of 8. Not risking it here. To have the chance to isolate a limper, but another one calls, another. Probably will call. No, didn't get piece of this flop. This guy actually too gets the passive fish back. But he's already sitting out, which is bad. By the way, the blue colors on my HUD represent passive actions, and their counter pool is a stat like this, the pink one. So this is passive and aggressive, and I do have stats that go from red to green. Red is tight and green is loose. So preferably I want to see hot stats with a lot of green and a lot of blue. I actually don't know why. I'm sitting with the ace king under the gun raise. Got a call from an active player in the big blind. He can easily call a suit connector, low poker pair, something like that. And the guy that is just timing out. Again, we do not hit. And again, I'm thinking about c-betting, and I take it down. Look at that. Seems like bread and butter to me. I get a caller and I have another. Just don't let me see it. Why? Why do I hit such fucking ugly boards? Against two, I'm probably already dead, but I just wanna put them all in. I'm risking to run into the 3-bet here. In the end, he folds a lot. Now it's this guy to 3-bet me. He starts to make 4 big blind open raises, this crazy guy here, regularly now. I'm still hoping to catch a hand against him and get paid off. Here this will be for value, quite sure. And he probably thinks about calling and do another bet. Call. No, he folds, which will make him tilt also. I try to keep him afloat with the emotions that are not good for his play. Just because I think the time will come when he runs into me and donates me his stack. Like now. Now would be a good time. No, how can you open fold? You're small blind to me. Again, I do not hit. Again, I run into a donk bet. Again, I have to fold. He doesn't like giving up. Oh, he just left. That's sad. This guy just left. All the reason why I was on that table. It's probably over now. A very active guy here. This guy too. High 3-betters. I can probably sit out next big blind now. Um, he open raises not many hands, so yeah, I like it. The color code starts to be useful because I can find players that I think they're bad faster. That green marker just came up very easily in the overview. Also, I should probably start marking players that are regulars so I can avoid them. How many hands did he play? Go up that fast. I'm still down 2.5 stacks for the month. Now even more, the all-in equity get a chance to play against an aggressive guy here. No, 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 no. I probably mark this guy too. His stats are not... Oh, is it the right one even? I got no hands on him. $48.4. This guy's really playing bad. I should find him again and again on these tables. Did he really just call? Nice table values, 47, 16, 2. Nice loose passive table. This table, on the other hand, is pretty active and don't really see a player that I'm here for, so probably take my 25 Bs with me. And hit the road. Now I won't open from a small blind. This is just gross how much he plays. What hands do we see? That is interesting too. See, this guy gets it in pre-flop with 9s as a 4-bet. Interesting. Always searching for good tables. Found another one with half stack to my right. And he seems to have just limped on the button. So by color coding these guys, I will have easier spots. And better table selection. Will not be able to do it any longer. Let's just grab the next box here. I'm almost there. It would be time for another 2-bet call for him. An active player sits out, which is okay. A c-bet here. Get the fold. I will open here, hope to get in a pot with him. I hit set. He's almost full stacked. Okay. I have the chance to play it cool here. Does he slow down now? Yes, he does. I need to bet here to build that pot and possibly push him all in by the river. He's only got a pot size bet left now. I put him all in. How can you call with top pair? Oh, but yeah, okay, nice. I only need to hit against these players. That's perfect. That really nice how this went. I identified a player that I want to play against, and I found position on him. He was second to my right. He got in a place where he decided his hand was good enough. And he really couldn't fold, even with the scare card at the river where my range hits badly. But okay. Now he starts min raising under the gun. This guy too, very active. High 3-bet value here, very active player. Don't really know why I marked him. Now I turn my ace. I get the call, and if he was drawing to the flush, then he hit on the river. Most likely he just doesn't, and we can extract some more value. Yeah, second pair, and they just keep on paying me off. How big was that pot? 20, 25, fine. I get called from the passive fish. Attention, the small stack just puts it in. I cannot call with another one behind and only a king, second pair. Okay, whatever this is just who we play. But now he's probably, yeah, he's gone. He was the reason to be here, he's gone. So probably should sit out next big blind. Ah. we'll have to open raise here, even though this guy likes to 3-bet. If he does, the cheat sheet, Sky Matsuhashi says call with 10s to 6s. Does he call with the queen here? No. I think I have to second barrel here. And when he checks, I probably lose to a 7. Yeah, it is the 7 I'm losing to. I have to try to see flop here. But this guy is interesting. He was marked green because of his 40 BB stack. And now he played 13 hands and only limped once on the button. That's kind of strange. So not so sure about the tag being right. $52.24. Would love to have a value hand here. $25.21. I don't know why the preflop raise value of 23 returns blue. Because that should really be the pink for aggressive. Let's check this out if I can fix that. Must be a problem with the color codes I put in. First concentrate on the pocket eights. If I get 3-bet here, I will have to call. So 0 to 17.9% comes back blue. That is correct. 18 to 27, pre-flop raise comes back yellow, and then we need $27.1 till 100% equals the pink color. So can we apply that now? I like this a lot more. Do we have anybody in the yellow region on my tables? 27, this is just the edge. Should turn. $27.1 should change into the pink. We have the same problem with the pre-flop 3-bet. Look at that. And with the 38 VPIP, we have the same problem too. There's just confusion in the stats. So let's fix the 3-bet pre-flop first. 0 to 3% is blue. 3.1 to 5.7 is yellow, and 5.8 to 100 is pink. But why doesn't it show up? I have to decide on the colors. I think I'm gonna mark the winning players I should avoid in this what's it called, this color here, and I use the red one for the nits. Because red equals tight. I want Conti bet here. I already regret calling that in position bet. Ace 3. Fold. Yeah, let's face it. Not many reasons to still play on that table. Probably this guy, but we don't know for sure yet. Ace king, ace deuce. Is this guy crazy? How did that hand go? Fold to flop, c-bet 80%. He's quite flop honest. So I will second barrel here because I picked up a flush draw. And here after he calls 2 streets, I just don't think I can make him fold his queen. Probably time to end the session now. See, it doesn't work. It should be pink by now because it's over 27.1. But the color just doesn't change to pink. It's changing, it's staying. Fold to 3-bet is high. My hand is pretty good. Too good to just call for set value and hope for a hit out of position. So take the aggressive line here, 3-bet. I raise and I will call 3-bet, especially from this guy. It is like that, but yeah, I have to call down to 6s. Now here, if he Conti bets, I will keep in the pot. Ace-3 makes the straight, but I will just fire along here, hoping to take it down. But he calls. Now the ace has me beat. This is just an awful run out. Oh my god. I mean, it's clear that I can't call. Now I'm beat by any ace, by any 7. This is just gross. Really gross. But stay disciplined here. Now this is a crazy hand. Steal? 3 big blinds? No! I just can't manage. Add a replayer as it seems. And a 3-bet. And all in. And then probably the time when he calls. Yeah. Only, okay, he needs to label Could I catch that hand? And I could. That's this guy! Okay, I see. This guy absolutely needs that tag. Wow. Already this guy starts calling with the 40 big blind stack against 2 bets. But then he elects to play back. Okay. He will probably open raise here a lot. And I will defend. Probably can beat ace high. I can beat any card that bluffs, but not the pocket fours. But okay. There you go, in the muck. Wow, here we have him. Limping and quarter stack. And this guy too, over limping. You both get color coded. He just made quads. He just won a stack with quads, and the other one just got it in with with a straight draw and a backdoor flush, or what was it? A backdoor flush. He even hit the turn, but then got sucked out by a 1-out draw. That's hard. Yeah, that's really not a 1-outer, but really the board could have paired two, so more outs for crazy guy. Give me more pots with him. I will ISO raise here. Didn't think to be in the pot with this guy, but okay. Argentina still in the pot. And I have a gut shot. No, and he pushes all in. I only have the gut shot and one overcard. I have to say, my ISO races really don't have the biggest hitting luck. Three bet, calling a 3-bet with ace 9. That is just so minus EV. It's so tempting to do it because he can click it back with any 2, but what do I do if I hit the 9? Can I be sure if I hit the ace? Well, that just gets obsolete. He's really a luck box, this guy. Look at that. Gets it in with ace-9 versus the pocket tens. Hits the trips and hits the quads. It's quads for the second time. We had quads with the fives just 3 or 4 hands ago, so probably should expect to not win and lose against quads. Here I will have a value 3-bet, I guess. Guy still is unknown. I will look at him 50-50. Wow, he's really on tilt here. And he will get the call from him and run into a very good hand. Kings versus queens. Give him the queen, please. Nope. Not always you're gonna hit quads. I'm sorry, but this guy, I need to get a hand against him. %, 3-bet. Please. Yeah, I'll just end the session now. It's a long one. And there are other days to play poker. This is just so tempting to stay on this table. That cannot stay with him, these chips. Yep. But the bankroll is down. Almost 3 stacks. And we will seriously have to think about the plan to move the money and move up. Probably a bad idea if I can't win 9 out of 10. Yep, that was it. Thank you for staying with me. If you're seeing the stream later, be sure to give a comment and tell me what you think about the play, about the hands that went down. And I hope you had fun, and see you the next time.